Swiss voters have backed a proposal to boost state pension payments for the elderly in a nationwide referendum amid concerns about the rising costs of living.
스위스가 물가 상승에 대한 우려가 지속 중인 가운데 실시한 국민투표에서 유권자들이 노년층을 위한 연금 지급액을 늘리는 안에 찬성표를 던졌습니다. Tell us more about this.
Well, this is really significant because generally speaking, in Switzerland, the voters take the government's advice. When it comes to money matters, they sort of follow what their leadership is telling them. But in this case, the government said, look, if we do this, increased payments are going to be too expensive to afford. And yet, almost 60% of those voting in the referendum said yes last weekend. The other thing that they did, which was quite important, is 75% rejected raising the pension age from 65 to 66. They want to keep it where it is. And people are saying basically that the maximum monthly state pension, which is something like 2,550 euros, which is about 2,760 US dollars, isn't enough to live in Switzerland. We've been talking about the price of apples here in Korea. If you've ever been to Switzerland, you'll know it's more expensive than its neighbors because it's a little landlocked country. Everything needs to be brought in. And so the cost of living in Switzerland is in the highest in the world when it comes to cities like Zurich and Geneva. Plus, you've got your health insurance premiums. They've been going up. And so basically, voters have said, enough's enough. We need more.
연금 인상에 대해서는 이제 yes라고 한 거죠. People have voted yes for increased payments after retiring.
Yes.
그렇지만 이제 정년 연장에 대해서는 reject했다. no라고 한 거네요. They rejected raising the pension age. 자, 이런 얘기를 해주셨습니다. 그러면 이제 say yes라는 또 다른 표현으로 back a proposal을 여기서는 쓸 수 있을 것 같아요.
Yeah, now not to be confused, a proposal could be a wedding proposal. Will you marry me? But this is a different kind of proposal.
Right.
It's a suggestion. It's an offered plan. So, for example, Sue may have a proposal for the new season where she says, okay, we're gonna go live from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. And I will not back that proposal. I will not support it.
You will reject it.
I will reject the proposal. If you back a proposal, you're saying, I agree with you. I support whatever proposed plan you're putting forward.
그렇습니다. 자, back라는 동사가 지지하다라는 뜻이 있어요. proposal은 안건이죠. 제안하는 것. 그래서 어떠어떠한 안을 지지한다라는 뜻으로 쓸 수 있고 반대로는 뭐 reject a proposal이라고 할 수 있겠죠.
And so for back, for example, if you look at the US elections at the moment,
Yeah.
both Trump and Biden are looking for a lot of backing from voters.
Yep,
They want
backers.
voters to support them, to be backers.
Yeah, exactly. Backing from voters, backers 다 마찬가지로 지지하는 사람 이런 뜻이 되겠습니다. 자, 그다음에는 a lot of this has to do with the rising costs of living.
Yeah, and the costs of living are going to be the things that we need every day. So it's
Yeah.
going to be food, it's going to be utilities like electricity, gas, or petrol. It's going to be rent, all the things that we need to live. Not the
Yeah.
luxuries, but the things that are necessary to live. And if they're rising, they're increasing, they're going up.
살아가는데 필요한 비용, costs of living이 물가, 생활비 이런 뜻이 되겠습니다. 그래서 그런 물가가 상승한 것을 rising costs of living이라고 하죠. 자, 그럼 다시 한번 읽어볼까요? Swiss voters have backed a proposal to boost state pension payments for the elderly in a nationwide referendum amid concerns about the rising costs of living. Moving on, this is our next headline.
Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang has said that artificial intelligence will be able to pass all tests and lead to the creation of computers that can think like humans in as little as 5 years.
엔비디아 최고경영자 젠슨 황은 인공지능이 불과 5년 안에 인간이 치르는 모든 시험을 통과할 수 있을 것이며 그로써 인간처럼 생각할 수 있는 컴퓨터를 만드는 게 가능해질 것으로 내다봤습니다. Okay. So what's the projection then?
Yeah, well, I should specify when we're talking about tests here, we're not talking about blood tests or things like that. We're
Right.
talking about exams. Like, for example, AI at the moment can pass the bar exam. You know, that legal exam to become a lawyer. But it has issues with other exams, for example, to do with medical aspects. So Huang is saying in 5 years' time, AI is going to be able to pass all of those tests. So the equivalent of being, an expert student at university or doing a master's. But Huang also said is the AI or the artificial general intelligence is a little bit further away because there's conflicts over how different scientists, how different engineers think the mind actually works. So it can go so far, but maybe not as far as we think it's going to be going quite yet. The other issue is going to be the supply of chips. We have this thing in the AI industry they call fabs, short for fabricators, meaning chip factories. And for the AI industry to continue to flourish, they need more of these factories. So it's not just about making the technology better, it's actually having the resources and making better chips so that AI can continue to improve. I'm not sure where it's going, but it's going somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. 현재도 AI가 변호사 시험, legal bar exam 같은 경우에는 통과를 할 수 있답니다. The AI can pass legal bar exams. 그렇지만 이제 medical test, 그러니까 의학 시험 그 중에서도 gastroenterology는 이제 소화기내과가 될 텐데요. 그런 시험은 아직 통과하지 못한대요. AI가.
To be fair, neither can I.
똑같군요. 선생님이랑 AI랑 수준이.
Am I AI?
그런데 5년 안에는 그거조차도 할 수 있지 않겠느냐. But of course, it all depends on how we define what thinking like a human is.
Exactly, yeah. It's one thing to pass the test. It's another to pass the test of being a real human.
Exactly. 자, 그러면 첫 번째 표현을 한번 보도록 하겠습니다. Lead to the creation of something.
If something leads to the creation of something else, then that means it's because of that first thing, because of A, we're going to be able to make or invent B, whatever that may be. So, for example, if we think of Orville and Wilbur Wright, and and their brilliant aeroplane that they created all those years ago. Their aeroplane, their biplane, eventually led to the creation of modern jet planes.
그렇죠? 무언가의 창조로 이어지다라는 뜻이죠. Lead to the creation of computers that can think like humans. 그러면 사람처럼 생각하는 컴퓨터로도 이어질 수 있을 것으로 내다보고 있는 겁니다. 언제요? In as little as 5 years.
Yeah. Now, we could just say in about 5 years and around 5 years, but when we use as little as an expression, we're emphasizing how short a time that is. We're saying, look, this is happening really fast. So if we do something or something's happening in as little as whatever amount of time, we're emphasizing this is happening very, very quickly. It's coming very soon.
5년밖에 안 되는 이 짧은 시간 안에를 강조하기 위해서 in as little as를 붙여서요. In as little as 5 years. 불과 5년 안에, 그러니까 5년 후 정도면은 이런 사람과 같이 생각하는 컴퓨터를 만들 수 있을 것으로 내다본다는 거죠.
Yeah. So, for example, I can teach you Hangul in as little as 30 minutes. That's how good Hangul is, that you can explain how it works, not memorizing, in as little as 30 minutes.
진짜 한글 이제 그 가나다 이렇게 배울 때는 정말 얼마 안 걸린다고 하시더라고요. 선생님도 얼마 안 걸렸었나요?
That's what I mean.
진짜 30분 안에 했어요?
I sat down with a book and I understood it in less than an hour.
제 친구도 대만 친구가 있는데 한국에 놀러 왔어요. 영어는 유창하게 하니까 사실 영어로 뭐 해도 문제가 없는데 커피숍에 가서 이제 저를 기다리면서 한 30분 동안 한글을 찾아봤대요. 그래서 그 30분 안에 한글을 그래도 어느 정도 읽을 수 있게 된 거예요.
네, 맞아요.
와, 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 물론 어느 정도 그 이제 예상은 했었지만 이렇게 실제로 보니까 또 역시 대단하다. 세종대왕님이 참 대단하시다 하는 생각이 들었습니다. 자, 다시 한번 헤드라인으로 돌아가서요. 읽어보겠습니다. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang has said that artificial intelligence will be able to pass all tests and lead to the creation of computers that can think like humans in as little as 5 years. Here's our final headline.
A recent hunt by a killer whale has provided new insights into the animal's predatory behavior as it single-handedly attacked a great white shark and plundered its liver in less than 2 minutes.
최근 범고래 한 마리가 단독으로 백상아리를 공격한 지 2분도 안 돼 간을 약탈하는 모습이 포착되면서 범고래의 포식자 습성에 대한 새로운 면모가 학계에 보고됐습니다. Right, well, tell us the details.
It's not called a killer whale for nothing.
Right.
The other name you might be familiar with is orca.
Yeah.
ORCA is the other term that's used a lot. So they witnessed this this male orca. His name is Starboard, and he managed to kill this white shark. I should say it was a young white shark,
Okay.
2.5 meters long, within this 2-minute time frame. And we know that orcas are intelligent. We know that killer whales, they hunt these large animals and they do it really, really well. But it's the first time they've been able to sort of capture it attacking and killing in this incredible time one of the world's largest predators. The other interesting thing is that Starboard is a little bit unusual.
Why?
When we think of orcas, killer whales hunting, they hunt in pods. They hunt in packs, in groups. Pods is the term we use when it comes to these whales. And they basically surround their prey and then they use their skills, their tactics as a team to basically take the prey down. So when they've seen great whites being attacked by killer whales before, it's been in, maybe 2 orcas or 4 or 6 orcas, and it's taken sometimes 2 hours to take down their prey. In this case, we're talking 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's so fast.
It is. So whether Starboard's just a bit of a lone wolf, just, the best of his kind in terms of hunting, we're not sure. But certainly it's an incredible moment for people studying marine life and studying the habits of killer whales.
그러게요. 보통은 이게 무리지어서 in pods 이렇게 킬러 웨일들이 사냥을 하는데 이 경우에는 단독으로 사냥을 했다는 것과 그다음에 굉장히 빠른 시간 안에 이렇게 제압을 했다는 것이 놀라운 거죠. 그래서 이 범고래만 그런 것인지 아니면 원래 범고래가 이런 습성이 있는 것인지에 대한 연구는 더 진행을 해야겠지만 어쨌든 새로운 모습이 학계에 보고가 됐습니다.
네.
자, 첫 번째 표현 predatory behavior.
Well, behavior is how we act, and predatory is the actions of a predator. In nature, we talk about predators and prey. The predators are the ones who hunt. The prey are the things they hunt. So predatory behavior for animals is the way that an animal behaves when it is hunting, the act of hunting. We can also use it for humans, unfortunately, in the way that people behave. Criminals who are targeting other people, we might refer to that as predatory behavior.
네, 동물의 세계에서 포식자를 영어로 predator라고 합니다. 그래서 그런 포식자와 같은 습성을 predatory behavior라고 하고요. 그 다음에는 plunder라는 동사인데요.
I would not necessarily use this for a liver normally. I would normally use it for gold or treasure. This is a word I associate with pirates.
Yeah.
Arr.
Right. So it means to steal.
Basically, yeah, to steal, to take, to rob. It's a word you'll find often in books like Treasure Island, for example. And we'll use it for barbarians or Vikings or pirates, some kind of violent force taking everything they want.
네, 그렇습니다. 보통 이제 해적들이 보물을 약탈할 때 쓸 수 있는 표현이긴 한데요. 여기서는 범고래가 간을 이렇게 가져갔다라는 뜻으로 plundered the liver라고 표현을 하고 있습니다. 자, 그러면 다시 한번 보겠습니다. A recent hunt by a killer whale has provided new insights into the animal's predatory behavior as it single-handedly attacked a great white shark and plundered its liver in less than 2 minutes. Well, that's it for the headlines.